Bro, I gotta be the one to make this video, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta be the 2K villain. But I have to say, you know what I'm saying? I have to tell the community what the word is and how they're being hypocritical. I'm just kidding, y'all. It's Glock Osama 2 or Alpha Osama. Make sure y'all hit sub and like. But I just gotta get this off my chest, bro. I just made a video saying that 2K is not as bad as people make it seem. But you know what I'm saying? I just see a bunch of videos. I just seen a video from Badge Plug, basically like the top 2K YouTuber right now at this moment. You know, I don't want to start no beef, nothing, but I'd say he probably around the top or is the number one pulling the most views right now as we speak. Well, other than like King of the Fourth Quarter, but like he a my league YouTuber, so it don't even, you know what I'm saying? He be doing his own thing. I respect that fully. I'm not gonna lie, I be watching all his videos, but I just seen him making a video complaining about shooting and how it's been tweaked. Bro, do y'all not understand that literally no matter what these devs do to change the shooting, y'all will fucking complain? Like, I don't know. I be thinking like, bro, if y'all were content, it's like because there's two like different sides of the community right now. And there's like the non-comp players and then there's the comp players, right? And the comp players probably been playing 2K for years, but they know the inconsistencies of 2K and the developers. The non-comp players want shooting to be easy, while the comp players obviously want some sort of skill gap to be able to shoot consistently. But at the same time, comp players aren't willing to, you know what I'm saying, let the I guess non-comp players have any justice when it comes to shooting because they want it to be hard, but at the same time easy for them. It's kind of hard to explain, but at the same time, it's like, you know, they're kind of minimizing the amount of ARG when it comes to a shot, and you know when dictating that and then dictating all of the badges that are in place and all of the, you know what I'm saying, attributes that are in place, sometimes we end up getting player builds that are like 75 shooting better than 99 overall builds. What people don't talk about is the fact that in the beginning of the game, everyone was complaining about how easy it was to shoot. And then they started complaining about how inconsistent it was when they had released the patch. And now shooting is apparently too hard and too inconsistent. And then they patched shooting again overall in 2025. Batch Plug was saying, I guess, or you know, tweaking the shooting a bit just so they can satisfy as many people. Well, it's kind of hard to satisfy an entire community set of like 30 different types of people. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're looking at the people that are playing this game, you know, it's so many different types of people, yet they've literally gone through every single like tweak, you know, made it easy, made it hard, made it, you know, a little inconsistent, a little difficult. You know what I'm saying? And then regardless of what they do, somebody will be there to complain. I mean, bro, if you go back like 3 months ago, towards the earlier, or I guess closer to the release of the game, Bash Plug had posted a video. It's not a conspiracy anymore. NBA 2K25 exposed, basically talking about the differences in shooting and how they, I guess, released a secret patch on shooting. And then the top comment says they made this game where the lane bums can win and the good plays suffer. It is no longer competitive. So like even back then, like when they had changed it to a little bit easier because of the fact that, you know, people were complaining about how inconsistent and how hard it was, because let's be real, it's really just because of, you know, the difficulty of how shooting was. People were literally complaining about the difficulty and basically saying that it was just too easy now and people were just greening too much. The biggest issue people have with this game is the fact that the green window changes compared to other 2Ks. But the only reason the green window changes is to increase realism, something that people wanted in 2K. But now people all of a sudden don't want that and they want an arcadey 2K. So it's like, which one do y'all want, bro? Which one do y'all want? Because you know we lean more to like arcadey 2K16 vibes, or do we lean more into like 2K20 more realistic vibes where they're, you know what I'm saying, you get more tired and shit like that, and you actually, you know, your dribbles actually expend energy and you actually have to get, you know, good at dribbling and actually, you know, get good at the game. Honestly, a motherfucker like me, I appreciate a little realism in the game. I appreciate the fact that you actually have to get good at the game and you actually have to time shots, and where you're shooting actually determines how you time the shot, and then also, you know, the amount of energy that you have. I can appreciate the fact that, you know, when you shoot, you actually have to be aware of what you're shooting instead of just popping a fucking three from the top of the court and it'll be green every time just because you shot there multiple times. You actually have to, shoot and be smart about where you're shooting. Like, why is that something that people are complaining about? Isn't this something that we wanted? To be honest with you, if y'all think that the fact that the game makes it harder for you to shoot and actually makes you use skill to shoot, you know what I'm saying, and disguise it as basically saying that it's RNG, even though it just means that the fact that you shoot and where you're shooting and the stamina bar and all those other factors as well as your badges actually determine if you're going to green that shot, especially if you're memorizing the different types of timings, especially if you're trying to fade away or step back. All those things determine how you shoot. If that makes you irritated and you think that that's RNG, maybe you're just not good at the game. That's plain boy period. You know what I'm saying? You could just not be good at the game. You could just not be memorizing the times and the timing for the green light windows, especially, you know what I'm saying, where you're shooting. If you want the green light window to be same every time, imagine how boring that would be. Just sit there and imagine. Like, are games not supposed to be competitive anymore? I feel like the reason why people are complaining is because they don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't want a competitive game. They just want a game where they just hop on, win 20 times in a row and then get off. They want a game that doesn't even like make them try. And that's how a lot of games used to be with 2K. It was just a lot more easier back then because the green light window was the same. You didn't really have to change the timing that much relatively to how you were shooting it. It was basically the same time. You just had to time it same time. Once you had that timing down, you were literally a green bucket machine. But now you actually have to memorize different times of timings because where you're shooting actually changes depending on how you're shooting. Like, it's not that hard to understand and grasp that concept. And you think these YouTubers that play this game a lot, that were playing this game for their basically their careers, because I mean that's what they do for money, I'd assume. So they would be comp at the game and be able to memorize these different types of timings, and they probably do. There's a reason why these YouTubers are good, but there's also a reason why they're making these videos going against 2K and trashing them, and that's because that's the trend. That's what gets you views, to trash on this game. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that 2K is a perfect game. They have a lot of flaws, and I can get into those flaws, but I also can get into the flaws into the community. And the community has a lot of flaws that go unchecked every single day. I don't know. I just feel like as if we're not giving the game a fair shot. Like, the
I
game,
definitely agree.
and we have developers that should be working on the next iteration, which I'm gonna make a video on why 2K should stop making iterations, by the way. And that's an issue that I think needs to be addressed within 2K. So don't sit here and think that I'm dick riding 2K or anything. I know that 2K has its issues, but at the same time, I also feel as if these developers should be working on the next game, because you know how 2K runs their business. They release a game every year, but instead they're going back and tweaking shooting because literally everyone has something to say about shooting. Everyone has something to say, no matter how they change it, no matter how they tweak it, no matter if they make it easier, if they make it harder. People will say something. They will complain. They will find something to complain about. And that's what people don't understand, bro. Like, and it be the same people. The same people that complain about it being too hard are the same ones commenting, "Oh, 2K is just easy now. Like, it's just they're just trying to, appeal to the easy consumers, the ones that don't play the game that much. They're just trying to appease to the casuals that, don't put time into the game. That's why they have RNG." No, bro, they don't. But you know what I'm saying? I don't really got that much more to say. Like, I know, I'm taking a different road here, having a different opinion than the majority, but I just have to say this, like it's just been in my chest. Last video that I made, make sure y'all check that video out. It's about the overall problem in the community of 2K, but this is more, focused on the fact that people just keep complaining about shooting, yet they're the reason why the shooting keeps changing. It's like kind of like a butterfly effect. If y'all just came to a conclusion like within the community of what y'all wanted, then I'm sure the developers will be able to put it in the game. But the problem is y'all don't know what y'all want. and then developers have to like go and meticulously tweak everything each week because they don't know what y'all want. So they just have to go in there and try their best to figure out what y'all want, and then y'all never satisfied. But this is Glauco Sama 2. Make sure y'all sub and like the video, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.